So I'll be showing you how to play praise. How to play praise. That is what we'll be learning today. How to play praise. So, this is a kind of technical and complex topic anyways. Well, we're gonna see how we'll carry everybody along. So you're gonna learn how to play praise. Don't forget, as you're watching this video, make sure you share this video. Please share this video and tell me where you're watching from so I can know where. And it also helps in the next content I create. So this topic was suggested today by someone. Every day I make a request on my page and I said drop topic suggestions that I'm going to treat for that day. And through the topic suggestions, I pick a topic, you understand? So that is how I get topics to teach every day. It's not only about piano. Some days I might do for singing, music production. It varies. So always look out for posts in the morning. I always drop that post in the morning. Okay. Now when it comes to praise, I'm going to give you 3 things or 4 things that are very crucial. When I mean crucial, they are very important in knowing how to play praise. Number 1 is vamping. Number 2 is grooves. And number 3 is scales. Then number 4 is techniques, feelings and techniques. Now pay attention to these 4 things. Vamping. In fact, let's switch it. So grooves, number 1. Number 2, vamping. Number 3, scales. Number 4, feelings and techniques. So you have to pay attention and have this somewhere. If you have book to write to, you write it there. If you have to come back to watch it, you come back to watch. So for a case study, we'll be doing this on Makosa anyways. We're doing it on Makosa praise. But you can apply the techniques I'm going to show you on any other praise that you get to find yourself. Or area, both hip-hop, whatever kind of praise you find yourself, you can apply this technique on it. Okay, now, when you talk about how to play praise, like I said, the groove is important. Vamping is there. Skills, then before you talk about feelings and techniques. If you're just joining, thanks for joining. Please don't forget to share this video and tag your friends. Just use @highlight. Okay, so let's start with groove. For the purpose of this lesson, I'm using this particular loop soundtrack. So I've reduced the tempo of the soundtrack so that everybody can flow. So I'm going to go slow and steady. I've reduced the tempo so everybody can flow very, very well. So now, praise moves with grooves. Score songs. So how to score songs is different. This is how to play praise. To play praise. So let's first dive deep into the texture or the context of the topic so that we are sure we are covering what was intended by the requester or asker. So in playing praise, I'm going to say groove as number 1 thing. Is very, very essential. I'm going to explain what a groove is anyways. Then when we talk about groove, we talk about types of groove. Then how can you make your groove outstanding and use them for playing praise? And our previous class yesterday, I talked about praise bass lines. So today now I'm not telling you how to play praise. Yesterday I dealt more on bass lines, but now I want to tell you how to play praise. So when you look at praise or music generally, but most especially praise. Let's say we're working on Makosa today. It's on F. Now, praise deals on mostly on grooves. First, if you understand, when you look at the praise, you look at groove. Now, what you should understand about groove, I'm taking it slow and steady so that everybody will understand. I'm not trying to rush. So, pardon me on that, so everybody can understand. If I'm trying to be very fast and I rush, some people will not grab. Not everybody is a fast learner. So I think I have enough time today So, 1 second. Okay, so let's continue. Now, when you look at praise, you look at groove. And one advantage of groove is that it makes your playing full. Because the essence of playing the keyboard, especially if you're going to split the keyboard, or even if you're not going to split, I'll show you the whole technique. So though I've splitted the keyboard, you have bass here, then you have your jazz clean here. It doesn't matter. You can use jazz clean on your right hand, you can use E piano on your right hand, you can use grand piano, any voice you want to use, it doesn't really matter, sincerely. So now, playing groove, when you play praise, how to play praise, it's by using groove, number one. When you use groove, the advantage of using groove is that it makes your playing matured. It makes your playing organized. Now, what is groove? Groove is using notes, several notes, to create a particular rhythm that is repetitive. I like bringing my own kind of definition so that you can delve deeper. Do you understand? So it's like a pattern. It's a pattern of using several notes. Do you understand? Do you understand? For a particular rhythm. You see the definition I gave you. It just came from my heart. Now, what do I mean? I'm now explaining to you what groove is. So that when you want to teach somebody else, you understand. We are getting somewhere. So I like to break it down like, we are in nursery school so that everybody can flow. We are getting somewhere. Because it's good to know what you are playing. If you know what you're playing, it's easier for you to teach somebody. But if you play what you don't know, they'll now ask you, what is this thing you're playing? You just say, the spirit that possessed me, I'm just playing it. Are you Father Christmas? So that's by the way. So, let's say I want to play Adara. This is a groove. I'm just repeating a particular note. This is just what I'm doing. I'm giving you an example. I'm going to show you several grooves that you apply. Remember, the first one I said is groove. The second one is vamping. The third one is skills. And the fourth one is feelings and techniques. We're going to get there slowly. So don't rush. Don't rush. Just stay tuned. You're going to benefit a lot from the class. So now, this is a particular groove I'm doing. I'm explaining what groove is. You're just repeating a note within a particular rhythm to give you this. It's different from solo. Solo is your solo is like you're using notes to tell stories. You understand? You're telling stories with what you're doing. Groove is just one thing you're doing, but it sounds matured. In fact, if you have somebody that can play groove very well, most persons will prefer groove over solo. In fact, me, I prefer groove over solo. Why is it like that? It's because it is not noisy. Number two, it makes the music matured. You understand? It makes the music matured. And you know this is music. Number three, it gives room for the singer. It gives room for other instruments to display. You see, groove is very important. There is no music or piece of music that you see that there is no groove. The groove is what holds the music. Then you understand. So the groove holds the music. The groove tells the story of the music. Then any other thing you're doing is abstract. For example, if I'm taking this on Auraria, and this is my groove, and I go to chord 5. You see, this is now my groove. So this is the story of the song. Chord 5. Now if I do something like this, always falling down to my groove. I'm always coming back to the groove because that's the music. But most people make mistake. I'm explaining something. Most people make mistake. They do something like this. start soloing and they miss out, they throw away the groove. And that's why their solo starts to sound empty. So you should have the groove that is holding down the music. Anything you're going to solo, make sure that once in a while you come back to that groove. Once in a while you come back to that groove. You understand? This is explaining to you now this groove, how groove are formed. Now, they have several types of groove. Groove is not just one. There are several types of groove you can do. So, how to play praise? I'm not telling you number one way you can play praise is by using groove. And why I put it at number one, because I see it as very important. I've explained to you why it's important. It's matured. It makes your playing full. It is not noisy, and it gives room for other instruments to shine. It gives room for the singer to shine also. Now, I always give you an example. Now, like I said, in every playing, there's a universal application for that thing. Before you now come to the other abstract applications where you start doing your solos, your other crazy stuff. So there's what is called universal grooves. I know yesterday I gave some example. This is how to play praise. I gave some example of universal groove for chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5. There's universal groove. Now, these universal grooves apply on all progressions. So there's universal groove for chord 1, there's universal groove for chord 4, and chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord 7, chord 8, which is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. There's a universal groove for all of it. Now, if you go further, there's universal makosa groove. There's universal area groove, just like I said yesterday. There's universal high life groove. So in every genre of music or aspect of music, there's a universal application. There's a style that can apply to everything. Before you now start doing individual grooves, individual application, you are coming. You see how I'm still in groove, and I just started groove. I've not even entered vamping. Now, a lot of people of you complain that your playing is empty. It's because you don't hold a good groove, or you don't know that you're supposed to play grooves. I've explained what groove is. I cannot keep repeating myself. Now, I'll give you universal makosa groove because we are using this loop. Now, this universal makosa groove I'm going to give is grooves for chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5. So now, what it means is that no matter the song, as far as the song have chord 1, if you use this groove, it will enter. If there's chord 4 in the song, if you use it, it will enter. That's it. Do you understand? Because I have a lot of things to do. Probably I'll give you for chord 2 or chord 3. It's very easy. Now, this is it. For chord 1, I'm doing something like an inversion. I did an inversion. So I'm playing this as my chord 1. You can do it on your regular root chord. This is my root chord position. But I'm playing the first inversion, which is 3, 5, 8, which is mi, so, do. This is what I use as my chord 1. I like using this because of the voicing. So the groove for this, I've shown you yesterday. I'll show you again. The rhythm is this. Because from this universal groove, you will now see how you can, from this groove, start getting complex grooves, which we are going to do as we keep going. So you get this one is for makosa. So call this one groove 1. Groove 1. So keep it in somewhere, and you can just call it groove 1, universal makosa groove. Chord 1, 4, 5. So you have 8, 3, 5, 8, 5, which is do, mi, so, do, so, do, mi, so, do, so, do, mi, so, do, so. If you go to chord 4, it will be re, fa, la, re, fa, re, fa, la, re, la. So re, fa, la, re, la, which is 9, 4, 6, 9, 6. Then for 5, I like doing this as a chord replacement for 5. You can do this. You can do 2, 5, 7, or you can do 2, 4, 7. Sulfur notes, re, so, ti, or re, fa, ti. It can go for chord 5 any which. Now, the same reading applies. You're just doing, which is you're doing ti re fa ti re fa ti fa ti re fa ti fa. So if it is for this other one, you're doing so ti re so ti so. So what is the rhythm behind these notes? The rhythm behind this particular groove, the rhythm is first and third notes, because this groove is built on triad chords. So you see, I'm holding 3 notes. So it's first notes and third notes, first notes, second notes, third notes, second notes. I'm going to take it slow. Third notes, first notes, second notes, third notes, second notes. So on any progression, yeah. So if you do, it works. If you go to chord 4, just play third notes, first notes, second note, third note, first notes. On any progression, you have this groove. That's a rhythm. It's called the universal groove. Now, if I play this, I've already shown you universal bass lines yesterday, so you can apply that. Now, if you have a bass player that is playing, you already have a live bass player that is playing, you can just vamp on your left hand, which is simple. All you have to do is convert that universal groove that I show you. Instead of playing you use a lighter sound, like something like an E piano or ocarina or whatever you want to use. Don't break it down to arpeggio. All you have to do is just vamp. Say vamp. So because there's a bass and mixture there, so just vamp. So you see. If you come to 4, you can do triad. But that's, by the way, I'm not here to talk about left. If you could watch previous video on how I talked about how to play makossa, how to play praise bass lines. So I've talked about that. So I'll concentrate. This is how to play praise. Now, we have this groove. We have this groove. This is the universal groove. Now, let's take another song. This kind God. So if you take that, this groove applies on any, as far as the song have that progression, it will apply on it. It's simple. This is different from abstract grooves. Universal grooves can apply to every song, but abstract groove cannot apply to every song. They are only unique to a particular song. I'm going to explain that, if you understand. They are only unique to a particular song also. Now, when you have this groove, it will help you to play praise. So when you were talking about how to play praise, the first thing you should think of is grooves. What are the grooves that you should play? I'll show you the first one, universal grooves. What you should not know is there are several kinds of universal grooves. This one just this is like a general makossa universal groove. They have other grooves. So you have this one as the first one. There's also this one. See? That groove for a particular song, you have to maintain that groove. For example, now, if I say this kind God, now I want to do abstract groove. I'll do something like this kind. This kind God. I cannot use it for hey, my Lord is good. I cannot do hey. No, it will not work because the next one is. So this was specifically created for this particular song. It's called abstract grooves. I'm going to give you examples of all these things, but what I'm saying, I want you to understand the concept. I want you to understand the concept of all this stuff so that when you start doing your rehearsals, you know what to rehearse, you know what you want to rehearse, you know what you want to practice, you understand? So now, let me give you an abstract groove for this song. Hey, my Lord is good, oh. So that is chord 1, chord 4. Chord 1, 1, 4 5 4. So my Lord is good. So I'll give you like 3 abstract grooves that you can apply. Now, before I give you that, how do you, okay, when I finish this, I'll now explain to you how you can create your own grooves and the secret in grooves that is necessary to make your playing full. Let me just give you this so that you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Then with time you build your own creativity, you understand, and become a master of grooves. Now, if you take this song, so the first one, let me play the universal one first. Now let me play abstract groove. Okay. But let's even change it. Doing. So what I'm just playing. So I'm doing 5 6 8 5 6 8, which is sol la do sol la do. Yeah, now do. So 5 6 4 2, which is sol la fa re. So sol la do. Then I now go to 6 8, which is la do. So then I go, which is sol la ti, which is 5 6 7 5 6 7. Then I go 5 6 4 2, which is sol la fa re. I repeat it. Easy. So if we play it like this, it's going to sound with our normal universal. So this is just one groove that is abstract that I've created. I'll show you another groove again. It's still the same progression. My Lord is good. Now I'm going to do it. What I did is just simple. For you to know what you're playing is a groove, you're just repeating the same notes, the same sequence of notes over and over again. That's what shows that it is a groove over a particular rhythm. So groove is a repetition of notes over a particular rhythm. So this is what I played. So I've shown you 2. Because of time, I won't go to 4. Now, what is the secret of creating your own groove? Let's start with that first. Okay, before I show you the secret of how you can create your own groove by yourself. So, because if you learn how to create your own groove by yourself, you're going to sound unique. You won't have to overlook as someone and you want to try to sound like someone. No. You can create your own groove, study what you've created, and sound unique. Just like the way I play, I sound unique. I sound myself. I don't try to sound like someone else. So you can sound unique. Now, this is how you can do it. To create your own groove, you can create a groove by humming what you have in your imagination, then score it down. What do I mean? Think about a groove, create a sound in your head, then try to bring out that sound to life. For example, hey, my Lord is good. Then I do. I've created a groove within their progression. I record it in my phone, then I play it. Now play. What I do, I'll now come to the keyboard. So by the time I play the groove, now goes as I. See, I've created a groove. So this is how you can do and create several grooves, your own groove. Another way is that you can look at someone's groove and modify it. If I do that is my own groove that you want to score. You can add your own. You can do so. So you've collected some of my own and added your own. You don't just try to just be a 100% copycat, no. So this way, this is how you can create your own grooves. I'm still showing how to play praise. You can go, so imagine a particular groove in your head. You can be playing a beat with your hand, then imagine the groove. Record it immediately with your phone so that you have the rhythm. Because you can have a particular rhythm now, and in the next 5 seconds, you've forgotten that rhythm. So to keep in touch with that rhythm, record it in your phone. Then come to your keyboard and try to play that thing you've recorded. Sincerely, sometimes it might take you 1 week to even score it. My own, it's easy and immediate because of, I'm now used to it. Sometimes it can take you 1 day, depend on your level. Sometimes it can take you 1 month. But this is how it is. That's how you can create as many grooves. Now, for Makossa alone, for this particular song alone, hey, my Lord is good. You can create as much as 100 grooves just for this song. This is how you can create several grooves without going to search online, without going to crack your brain, without copying someone. That's how you create it. Do you understand? There are several aspects of how you can make it full and do other things. But this is one way. When you start with this, you see that with time, it starts improving. When you create your first groove with your imagination and you bring it out to life, you record it. Write it groove 1. You do another one in groove 2. Do another one in groove 3. When you want to play, you mix them up. Now, this is the secret of groove that will make your playing interesting, like I was saying. The secret of grooves that will make your playing interesting is don't play one groove for too long. That's what people don't think. That's what people don't understand. People play one groove for too long. When you play a groove for so long, it becomes boring. Sincerely, it becomes boring. Imagine I'm just playing, hey, my Lord, and I'm doing. And I'm playing like this. This is what I'm playing. Maybe they sing, hey, my Lord is good for complete 20 minutes. And I'm busy playing this thing. I'm just playing it. It's going to be boring. Some people start sleeping. You understand? However, if you're working with a band where you have your lead guitar, your saxophonist, and the rest, I'll still tell you, change grooves. But I'll tell you when to change groove. However, if you're working with a band, necessarily you don't have to change groove because you don't have to change grooves. because you can just play one groove. Why is it? Because if you have a lead guitarist there and you're just playing this groove, the lead guitarist is doing the solo, so people won't even notice. And sometimes you even need to maintain one groove to hold the music. And that's why the bassist holds down the music, because they hold down the groove. Do you understand? But this is it, to make your music full and even very interesting to listen to. Don't play one groove for too long. Play one groove for like 4 bars, change. Play another one for 4 bars, change. What I mean for 4 bars, if it is a 1/4 time signature, you're playing, hey, my Lord is good. So 4 bars, what I mean, 1 bar is on a 4/4 time signature is 4 counts. So a single count is a beat. So when you do like it, this is a beat. So if you count 4 times, it's 1 bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on the tempo. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 2 bar, 1. So you see, so for every 4 bars you change, or 6 bars, or depends on how you want to do it. Don't play one groove for too long, in fact. So that is why for a particular song or progression that you have for a song, I was teaching on how to play praise. I'm showing you how to play praise. And we are on groove. After groove, now we enter vamping before enter scales. So change groove within every 4 beats, every 4 bars. Now I'll show you something now. This is the groove I started with. I change. The playing is interesting because I'm changing grooves. I'm not stereotyped, like I'm not rigid with just one groove. The playing is interesting because I'm changing grooves every 4 bars. I'm changing grooves. You can decide to change groove every 5 bars, every 2 bars, but if you have a groove, at least play it for some time. Don't just immediately the song. No, play it for some time, then change. Play it for some time, then change. Don't just change too quick and don't change too late. You understand? Make it to be moderate, but don't play one groove throughout the song. Let's say they say groove makes song sweet. You now start playing only one groove for it. No, learn how to change groove. How do you change groove? Is when during your rehearsal time, you have composed several groups for that particular song, and you can now do it. See, by the time you compose 5 grooves for a particular song, the next song you compose 6 groove. The next one you compose. By the time you get to 10 songs, there's a natural music ear you develop. You don't need to compose anymore in rehearsal. You can just stay like this as you're playing. Anything you imagine immediately, you can play it on the keyboard. Anything you imagine, it's a music ear that will open. But it doesn't open automatically. You must have made an attempt to work on it. Then as you're doing the attempt to work on it, it will open. You understand? So by the time you create the groove, you create the first groove, create the second groove, third groove, fourth groove. Before you know, you don't need to create a groove and start the rhythm on your phone. It just comes and you play whatever you want to play. It just enters your head. It's easy. That is it for groove. So that way, your music will sound interesting and beautiful. I'm going to give you another secret for grooves. Now, this secret for groove is what people don't understand. Now, when you have created that groove, you've created your groove, or you have a particular groove, groove sounds different when on a lighter octave. Let me keep this one for techniques. Yeah, I'm supposed to keep this for techniques, skills and techniques. If you play a groove in this octave and you move to this octave, to another octave, it sounds different. So learn to switch. This one is supposed to come in techniques, but I'll keep it. So if I do something like this, see what happens. The groove feel change. So if you're finding it issue with creating groove, you can play some groove on your heavy octave. After 4 beats, 4 bars, you change to a lighter octave, but I advise you to just change groove. So that is how you can use groove to transform your play. See, groove is very, 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 very nice and essential. Beautiful for it to use. Now, let's try this song, and I'm going to play this song, and you see how I'm going to change the groove. This is groove 1. Then I'll change groove. Change groove it. So at least in a song have like 4 grooves. By the time you play the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, people have forgotten how the first one was sounding. You can now go back to the first one. It won't sound boring again. When you play it again, first, second, third, fourth, you can now go back to the first one. You understand? So you can even miss it. When you play 1, 2, 3, 4 grooves, you can now go back to you can now do 4, 3, 2, 1 groove. You can now mix it again, 1, 3, 2, 4 groove. You can now mix it 1, 4, 2, 3 groove. You can just mix it, scatter it, you understand? It's going to make more sweet sense. Like that, understand? So this is it for how to now make grooves. When you want to play praise and you do this, it's going to sound very, very interesting. So this is how to play praise. Number 1 is using groove, which I've explained. So you go do your practice. When I teach people, I like to teach you how to sound yourself, how to sound unique, and that's why I give you the formula, and I give you, like, I take you to the river and I say, okay, go fish it. You understand? Just don't. I show you some of the grooves I've created, but then I've given you the technique on how you can create yours, so that you can sound unique. Now, on how to play praise, the next way to play praise is by vamping. Let's try this now. It's by vamping. So, let's see this. Okay. Okay, so we're supposed to have a sound, yeah? Okay, but it's not coming up. Okay, I think Okay, we're back now. So it's by vamping. You see there's a vamping on this. I'm going to take it off. Then I'm going to play so you hear the vamping. Okay, our keyboard display is not showing, so let me be sure that that's working. 1 second. Okay, it's not working. So this is what I'm doing. So this is vamping now. So the second way you can play praise is by using vamping. How to play praise by using vamping. Just like when we have grooves, we have several types of grooves. There are several types of vamping. Vamping is one of the first things people learn. That's why I decided to teach groove first. You understand? So vamping is how will I say vamping? Vamping is you're not repeating. Vamping is you're using chords. You're using chords in a particular rhythm. You're not breaking down the chords. It's not like groove. Groove is you're repeating notes, several notes over a particular rhythm. That is groove. Why vamping is you're repeating chords over a particular rhythm. So it's a different thing. Groove is made up of notes. If it's a chord you want to use for grooves, you've broken down those chords. You understand? I'm making it more easy so that you can differentiate the both of them. So you see what I did? So most people who play praise, they always start with vamping. Vamping is easy, quite easy to vamp. Now there are different techniques to vamp, several ways you can vamp. So I can't really say there's one universal vamping that is there for you, but there's a universal vamping I can say, okay, try this, it applies to that, but let's just leave it there. So I'm going to give you some vamping you can try. You get? Because if I tell you, okay, go and imagine your own vamp, you can do it. Anything that you can imagine in your head regards to playing, you can play it. The only thing is that it's for some people it's going to be quicker, while for some people it's going to take some time. But if you can imagine something with your head and imagine a sound, it means you can play it. For you to imagine that sound, it means you can play it. You can bring it physical. Whatever you can imagine is achievable. So now let's go with the first vamping. I'm going to show you this one. So this one is a very simple vamping that everybody know. You're just doing something like you're vamping in your first beat and second beat of every bar. She gets. It's essential that you know time signatures, tempo, beats, and bar. Very necessary. But that's by the way. I'll show you the technique, show you the rhythm and how. So the rhythm is just this, and any chord any progression, it works. Just to have this counting in your head. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you see. Very easy. Now let me take it to let's do something like let's use something like E piano. So it's gonna show you something there. So you're doing something like this. You see, 1, 1, 2. This is my chord 1 first inversion. So if I go to chord 4, which is my fa, if I go to 5, if I go to 6. Very easy vamping. This is very simple vamping. Now, if you're not splitting, if you're not doing bass, if you're doing bass, you can play your prego bass lines, which is universal bass line I've showed yesterday. If not, you can just do on your left hand. If you're vamping, your left hand is playing try the root chords on your left hand. All you're doing is just you're just doing a rhythm on this left hand, which is going to sound like this: 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Or so you're doing something like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So you see, that's the rhythm for your left hand. So you see, then you write your right hand to 1, 2. So left hand is in 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the vamping. Let's try. So that's quite very easy. Easy vamp. Anybody can apply. You can apply it on any song, any progression. Now, if you're splitting, if you're gonna split, then this is how it should sound. So you're playing your universal bass line, left hand. Let's go to 6, 5, 4. Very easy. So this is one vamp that you can use. We've talked about groove. We are talking about vamping now. So this is a very simple vamp that you can try. So the next vamp that you can use on how to play praise. I'm going to show you. This is how it sounds. So this is how it sounds. Sounds like this. Let's check it to like that octave. So your left hand is just doing the same thing, one on the progression of the song. Then your right hand is doing 1, 2. The rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And any progression. So if you're doing chord 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one I showed you was 1, 2. 1, 2. This second one is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get. So if we play. See? You see, it's simple vamping. Now let's start making this vamping more complex. I'm making it more complex. How to play praise. When you want to make it more complex, you now start looking at adding passing notes, passing chords to it. So something like this. You see what I'm doing now? You're not just vamping like that now. You're not adding. Let's go more advanced on how to now make this vamping even more spicy. It's by doing something, I call it a wrong way kind of vamping. Something like see what's happening there. So at this point now, I'm kind of a little bit more busy with the vamp. Now this is not a technique I can just explain to you right now, you understand, because I'm using a technique called 2-note solo pattern. 2-note solo pattern, that's what I'm using. Even in your vamping, you can now include slides. Now try to move within your vamping, move light octave, heavy octave, so something like this. Happening. So we turned a simple vamping and we've now gotten complex with it. Something like it. You see what's happening? Now, if you're not going to be playing with a live band and you're going to be splitting, the same technique applies. The same technique applies. So you're doing something like this. So this is the most ideal way I would suggest that you should be vamping, you understand? This way your vamping sounds more matured and more professional. You understand? So what am I doing? I'm just playing within the chords. If I have, I just did. So I'm doing more like a passing movement to each progression. So I want to go to 5. So I did. I went to 5. If I come to 1, you see, so there's always a passing movement. And that's why you should now start applying the passing chords, to your 4, to your 5, to your 6. Makes it more cool. Passing chord. So that is how you can use vamping. So how to play praise, you can use vamping to play praise, and this is how you can really do all your vamping. It's going to take rehearsals. I'm telling you, it's going to take some few rehearsals to get perfected on it. It's not like you're going to get perfect overnight. You understand? It's going to take a few rehearsals to get perfect on it. Now, the next thing is now when you now combine grooves and your vamping. Now, imagine the way your music will sound. In fact, there are some songs that you play that grooves will not enter. You have to use vamping. Vamping sounds much ideal in that song. For example, I know who God says I am, what He says I am. Then He says I am. Dun 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 dun. So it sounds more ideal in this type of song to use vamp than to use groove. You can, if you do, I know who God says I am. Sounds good, but what about? See, so this vamping sounds more ideal for this particular song. I can even change the vamping. It gives you that cool feel. Now, when do you use vamping again when you're playing praise? There are some praises people sing and they switch in between the praise. They mix the African praise and Western praise. For example, okay, see, now. Hey, my Lord is good. For example, watch you. Then I go. Okay. So you see, I'm now playing vamping from switching from Makossa. They did a little bit of a Western song inside, so I had to switch to vamping. You understand? So there are sometimes you use the groove, which is very nice, and you mix it with the vamping. If I take this song now, for example, I take which Western song am I going to take? I've run out of Western songs. Well, there are some Western songs. Okay. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. You cannot do yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. You're not playing Universal Makossa groove for Western. What are you trying to do? Even if it's a Makossa beat. So, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Vamping is more befitting to this song because it's purely Western. Even if you're playing it in a Makossa, Yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. La 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 instead of doing la la la, depends on your choice, but it's more ideal to do a vamp there. So you look at for how you can do it. Also, you can combine both vamping and groove even when you're playing Makossa. For example, you are the mighty So you see, I'm vamping and I'm coming back to my groove. So I'm using the vamping to do like a throw up, then it come back to my groove. How to play praise, that's what we're talking about. And that's what I've been teaching since, how to play praise. So you see, you can use groove, you can use vamping, and you see how I combine it. I always tell people, when you want to play a song, you should already have your pattern of how you want to attack that song before you go to play. Don't come on stage and start saying, when you reach there, you say, okay, you are going to play praise. How are you going to play praise one? Are you going to use vamping or groove? If you're going to use groove, within how many bars are you going to change that groove? Already outline what you want to do, so that when you get there, you've already outlined it. You have a sketch or you have a map that is guiding you. You understand? It's easy that way, and it makes your playing. It makes your playing very, very interesting and nice. Okay, so that is it by using vamping. So the next one is skills. It's by using skills. Okay, so how is skill important in playing praise? Skill is important because you can use skills to spice up your playing, especially to play praise when it comes to maybe you want to do solo. Even some grooves that people play can be gotten from skill. For example, if I play, what's that song? Let's play this song that we used the other time. Let's play that song. Watch what happened. These are skills I'm playing. So they are skills. Now you need to understand, when you start to apply skills to your playing, it changes, makes it beautiful. What are those points you can actually even use skills when you play? You can use skills most times as an interlude, like a passing movement from one progression to the next progression. If I do, I go to 4, I come back to 1. When I want to go to 5. So this is a skill. It's a skill. It's a skill. It's a skill. It's a skill. So skills are also very essential. It helps you to play praise also. So for now, focus on how to use skill more as a passing movement from one progression to another. So focus for skills that you can use as a transition from your chord 1 to chord 4. Focus on skills that you can use as a transition from chord 4 to chord 6. Focus on skills that you can use as transition from chord 4 to chord 5 and from chord 5 to chord 1. Very essential. Any other one is a bonus. I'm going to show you some as example. then you can create your own. Do you understand? All these are subtopics that I'm trying to see how I can press and explain. Do you understand? All these are topics that are big on their own. You can have a topic on skills for praise. That's another big topic on its own. But I'm just giving you all this rundown so that when you want to do your rehearsals, you already know what is running. You already know what you want to do. So now, let's start with the first scale. We want to go to chord 4. What scale should we use? I'll show you one and you can try. So I do. So you see, I'll take it slow. So this is a scale I ran to my 4. Now when you're using this scale, you're going to sacrifice some spaces that you should have used your groove so that you'll be able to complete the scale. Then you go straight. So the scale, this one is 5, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, flat 7, which is so, fa, mi, re, do, la, so, mi, so, la, do. So if you run it fast, you first do like this, then you breathe. Now let's apply it. Remember our beat. Do it again. So you see, so this one is abstract. You cannot use this one for it will not work. It's specifically for this particular length of progression. Do you understand? So there are different scales. The scales it applies depending on the duration of every progression. So progression from their duration from one to the next progression is shorter, while some it's longer. So it depends. So I'll give you another one that you can apply for 4. Let's do. So let's try that one. So let's do this. Or just do. This is much more better for me. I use this a lot. This is a passing. This is a scale you can use to your. Then get to 4. So let's try it. So you can add your flat 7. So it is just your 6, 8, 10, 10, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then flat 7. So which is so, do, re, mi, fa, so, do. So so, do, re, mi, fa, so, do. So easy, yeah? So I've given you 2. So you see how scales changes your play. Now imagine you're applying vamping. Imagine you're applying scales. Imagine you're applying grooves. In one song, you're missing them. It's going to be fine. So it's going to sound something like this. scales, and I'm applying vamping, and I'm applying groove. All these to spice up. Because of time, I can't give you for 5, I can't give you for 6. So maybe next time if I have enough time. But I want you to have that, you should have the consciousness of this is what scales can do to your playing. So how to play praise, you have to learn how to put in scales, learn several skills you can use. Now, when do you use these skills? You try to use skills as an interlude. You understand? Yeah, like will I say it as a passing movement from one progression to another. That is when you should use scales most especially. Then, when you land on the progression, go back to your groove. Always make sure your groove is constant. People can hear your groove. Then you can switch your vamping with your groove, you know. Then if you get creative, you can use your skills even in between when you're playing. Then the final one, before we go. The final one is techniques. So feelings and techniques are very important. This is more like those ingredients, extra ingredients. So you have your groove, you have your skill, you have your vamp. Now you're not talking about those extra things that now make it sound extra. Playing groove is okay, but what are those things that make it extra? So if you do something like what are those things? It's called feelings and it's called techniques. I'm going to give you. Some people play and they don't know what techniques, the right techniques. So they are playing without any techniques. So it makes their playing dry. When you know all these things, your playing is cool. But somebody will come and play the same thing you're playing, but because of they are using techniques, their own playing, the same thing you play though, their own is now sounding better. So let me give you. The first technique I'll give you is called after notes or after chords. After chords. Now, since it's for praise, let's do after notes. It's the first feeling that you can try. So this comes after you've pressed. Passing chord is before. This one is after you've gone to your actual chord of intention. For example, so I went to 4. As I went to 4, I'm not playing any passing chords or anything, but I'm not playing this after 4. So I'm just starting. I went to 4. So these are after notes. Still on that progression. I'm not doing it because I want to go to the next progression. I'm playing those feelings, those feels inside that progression. So this one now is passing chord. This is passing because I wanted to go to 4. Then when I get to 4, and I did an after. This is now called after notes. So passing, after. This is passing. So this is after. Again. After. So I'm going to show you some that you can apply to chord 4, to chord 5, chord 1, and probably chord 6. There are several techniques. You understand? Like I said, these are just topics that I'm compiling. You understand? These are most of the topics I've treated today on how to play praise. They are individual topics that are very large. You understand? So let's go with the first one. Now, when you go to 4, the first after notes you can try is your flat 6, which is your Z. So you see? So if you do, then when you want to go to 5, go to flat 5, which is your fee. Then you come. If you want to go to, when you're on 5, you can play 4. So then. The next one you can try is this. You see do? So you have your 9, which is your re at this point. You just do your flat 9 to 9. flat 6 to 6. So you see, so this is 7, so you're doing flat 7 down to 7. So if you see, the next thing that you can try in feeling is try to move. That's what I was trying to explain the other time. Try to move from a heavy octave to a light octave. Don't be stagnant. You understand? Don't be stagnant. Try to move from heavy octave to a light octave, heavy octave to light octave, something like that. Now the issue is the way people don't know how to move. Just because I say, okay, move from heavy to light octave, you cannot just move just like that. There have to be something you will use to move, more like a note or something like this. So you see, I did. If I went to 5 at this light octave, so there was a movement I moved. There was something I moved to get me there. So try to play some simple notes. It doesn't have to be complex. 4, 1. See what I'm doing? So this thing I'm doing, this is called 2-note extended solo pattern. I use it a lot. So if you want to get this material for 2-note extended solo pattern, you can send me a message on WhatsApp and buy the material. So if you don't want to use that, you can just use notes that are within your major scale. For example, I want to go to 4, but I want to do my 4 here, so I can do. So you see, or I can do. So I use. So you get. So all this will make your playing interesting. It's not going to make your playing boring. So by the time you start applying all these concepts to your playing, you see that there are several techniques, there are a lot of techniques to make your praise beautiful. Lots and lots. They have the pitch bend technique. That's another topic on its own. So if I do something like this, that's a topic on its own. That's a topic on its own. A complex topics on its own. Using pitch bend for praise. That's a different topic. So, but this one I'm going to stop here. Can help you a lot. Your playing can help you so much. So this is how you can play praise. I'm sure right now you should have learned some things that you might not have known before. That's going to be very helpful for you. But it's going to be useless to you if you know it and you don't apply it. You understand? You're still going to sound the same. You continue to sound the same. If you know what you know and you don't apply it, or you don't rehearse after now to at least make an improvement, 30 minutes rehearsal is okay every day. So the ball is in your court. So you go do some rehearsals, and I hope to see you improve with time. You understand? I'll see you improve each time. With time, I'll start sending out messages for people to drop in their rehearsals for me to review. Can review what you've played and see how it's going and everything, and it's going to be fun. Okay, so today, this is it. So tomorrow I'm going to drop another note. If you have any topic requests, you watch out for the posts I'll make tomorrow. You drop your topic requests. I should see you at the same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely night and enjoy your evening.